Hi gamers. Recent gaming. Let's go. First up, I want to talk to you about Fallout New Vegas. Now, some people don't like Bethesda's games, that's for sure. To me, Oblivion and Fallout 3, even though some people despise the game engine and hate the bugs and the dialogue, I'm really a big fan, especially of Oblivion, and any modern game made by Bethesda, and Fallout New Vegas is no exception. I really like. I like the action and the humor, and they did a decent job of encapsulating the essence of Fallout. The first two Fallout games, even though it is a washed down version, but still could have been worse, I guess. And there's not. This is so similar to Fallout 3 that I'm having trouble to even talking about this. There is one thing that I think that this falls short, even though the action and the all the perks and the dialogue and moral choices are there, but in my opinion, the overall plot and the ramifications of your decisions fall quite short in this game, because half the time I don't even know what's going on. When I'm helping out another faction here and doing some sabotage to a certain faction there, actually I don't know what it means. Means what's gonna happen in the game world. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I kind of get the feeling that they didn't write the stuff as good as they could, convey convey the ramifications of your actions to the player. Sometimes when I help somebody out and then they say, thanks, now I can go do this, I can go destroy everything. I'm like, what? I didn't want you to do that. I just help you out. So that kind of undermines the overall experience a lot, because this is a very story-driven game, and you're making up the game world as you play. So that's a big minus to me. Maybe I just didn't pay attention, but to me it was always a bit of a surprise. I never quite knew what I was doing when I was making decisions, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And another big minus is, of course, when you spend so many hours in the game world and then you can't continue doing the quests and getting some achievements after you beat the game. The game just ends there. Sorry if this was a spoiler to anyone. To me, I hate that, especially in these open-ended RPG games. But of course, in the end, it is cool to have a decent ending, and I guess you can also always start from a previous save, and when the game says that you can't come back after this point, so you have to make a save there and continue from there on. But I always prefer that you can continue after the ending, get the most out of your game. But still, even despite its small flaws, an excellent game. Then let's go to Golden Sun Dark Dawn, the third game in the Golden Sun series. I really like the Golden Sun series. Was one of my favorite RPG series altogether, and my favorite games on the Game Boy Advance. And Golden Sun Dark Dawn it's more of the same. That's really what I was after. When I was waiting for this game all these years, it is quite easy, like many have said. But to me, that's not a big minus. I prefer a nice experience with great music, great graphics, decent plot, and there are games that hard as nails approach works, and you're playing on the edge of your seat. But the sort of casual pace of this game suits it quite well. Like I said, great graphics. Especially the summons are fabulous, like on the Game Boy Advance before this, and really there isn't that many. Well, I do still count this as a original RPG, even though this is the third iteration in the series. But we haven't had enough of Golden Sun yet. It's not like a Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest, where you're doing number 9 and number 10 and number 14 in the series. This is just the third game, and to me Golden Sun is still quite fresh. It has some decent ideas of its own, and like in the puzzles, and the magic system lends itself quite well to different kinds of puzzles. So quite a unique game, and a must for any guy who likes RPGs, Japanese RPGs, that is. Whereas Fallout New Vegas is for the Western fan. And finally, in this video, let's talk about Little Big Planet 2. First up, I was a huge fan of Little Big Planet 1. I went through every level in the game without dying once, and I got 100% of the collectibles in the game, so I played tons of it. So I know where it's coming from. And well, there was some minor kinks in the game that still apply to the second one as well. And when we're talking just the platforming aspect of the game, the jumping isn't as precise. It's all physics based, so it can't be that precise. It's supposed to be fun in a different kind of way. But to me, platforming is always about precise control and trying to overcome your own abilities. And well, Little Big Planet, there are plenty of tough places in it, and tough sections to beat, but it is more about having fun than overcoming your own capabilities. And that's fun as such, and I'm sure that many people prefer this over the traditional platformer. But when we've just had Donkey Kong Country Returns, and well, any Mario game, I guess, which have so tight control, it is a bit of a letdown. When you're trying to jump, especially when you have 3 layers that you can go to, there's some confusion, where you are. Can I grab this? What happens when I drop this? It's all part of the experimental gameplay of the game. But to me, it's not anymore. When it's lost its sense of something new. This is the second game, and it's all the same when we talk about the platforming aspect. It becomes a bit stale. It's not as fun to play anymore as the first one was, because it was something so new. And this, well, of course, in the second one, I'm sure you all know that platforming is just a small part of the overall game. And well, the whole game is pretty much endless when you start downloading the levels that other people have made, and it's mind-boggling what you can do with this game. Straight up first-person shooters, puzzle games, and shoot 'em ups, anything. It's crazy. But again, sorry if I'm being cynical here, but there's very little reason to play any of these games, at least for the second time. Maybe you can try them out once, but they still are they still are not that special when you compare them to other games. Of course, when you compare it to stuff that you can make it on this open-ended editor, it's, like I said, mind-boggling. But as pure gaming experiences, you can download trial versions of full games and get something a lot more. But when you put it in the context that Media Molecule has made an editor tool that you can make anything with it, that's Little Big Planet 2's greatest triumph. But in the end, I'm being really cynical here, but does it matter? Who wants to play all these subpar games? Maybe with friends, maybe, okay, it's part of the experimental nature of the game, but to me it just gets pretty old pretty fast. I don't know, what do you think? Leave your comments below and tell me what's the best thing about Little Big Planet 2. And well, a controversial title, of course. I love to finish it, love playing it, but to me it's not the game that never ends. It's something. It's a real feat of engineering, gameplay-wise. Game developing-wise. But to me, it's I don't know. It's a tough thing to say. But what do you think? Leave your comments. And those are the 3 games I wanted to talk to you today. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.